They start the drive on the ground. Kamara stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. A gain there of 21 yards. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And now to the air, Dalton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. 20, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is what long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3-4 quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw is Murray. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On 2nd and goal, Murray to Connor on the check down. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this will be swung out here for Connor. Touchdown, Cardinals! James Conner. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that will keep the deficit at 20.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
But that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. First and 10 for Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time, the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup at 38.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
Murray now on 1st down.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 2nd and 4.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm. And nowadays, we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see down.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the 2nd half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that 1st half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that 1st half.
And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A busy night continues for Kamara.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Dalton here from the gun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school. Right around.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Play fake. Murray. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again, Murray will keep it. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a sea of defenders had intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
Coming left is Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
First down, Saints.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 44. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, and someone jumped.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And they'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second down and goal. Dalton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry from 8 yards out. And the Saints are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but The turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
93 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down. They'll run here with Conner. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Conner. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point good by Prater. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down, New Orleans.
Here's Dalton. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Murray. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Back to throw it. Murray.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Cards, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls.